though. Fresh Up was always Apple. Wasn't Fresh Up like originally Apple, and then they did like Apple Orange?
That orange. I just remember
Apple
that yellow can throughout my fucking. But there's heaps of like. What would you consider the best lemonade?
7-Up.
7-Up.
That's my opinion.
I reckon they're all just too sweet, eh? Too sweet.
I just find 7-Up
not lemony enough.
Is more lemon lime. That's just got a bit of flavour.
Would you put L&P and Lift in the mix?
They're their own thing, aren't they?
I thought so.
Yeah, just to broaden the. Otherwise, it's Sprite versus 7-Up, isn't it?
Oh no, there's Schweppes.
Yuck.
There's Budget. There's Charlie's.
Spree.
They don't do Spree anymore, which is kind of okay with me.
They used to do 60-cent cans from Melody's New World when I was doing my paper right now.
That was the best thing about Spree, is that you can go buy like a box of cans for like $10. Do you know what I mean? So if you had heaps of people over,
yeah,
you know what I mean. As a kid, it was great.
When was the last time the three of us chopped it up? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Aside from the 24-hour pod, I haven't been on this show in like 2 years.
Never again.
Well, we've got a lot of feedback.
We just fucking hurled ourselves into this 24th.
Look, it's been so long that the title of that episode was Swipe Right for Morgan, because I was single at the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've had Tracy on.
Yeah, you've had Tracy on since.
Yeah.
Twice.
More recently,
Yeah. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, maybe Tracy's appeared more than you.
I don't know about that.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. I'm fine with that.
I'm pretty sure I was on like 3 episodes previously.
True, it's true, yeah.
Oh, it's nice to
have you back.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Yeah.
Have you recorded?
Yeah,
Started?
we're going, yeah.
Oh, welcome to Before You Jump.
Yeah.
How long? Oh, who knows how long you've
So
been fucking
we're here
recording.
with Morgan.
Yay!
We've got Morgan, Dylan and myself, just chilling. We've actually been chilling for about a good hour or so.
Well, yeah, we've literally talked about been doing Mount Rushmore.
We
And then
basically
getting distracted halfway through each one of them.
Yeah, we never finished one mountain, eh?
But I feel like we got our wrestling geek fanboy shit out the way.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like I got like auntie like a lot of rallies in Auckland that quite a lot of them say the same thing. Like, nephew, talk about the wrestling too much, eh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, nah, and like. So I feel like we got that out of our system.
Yeah, I've got my own podcast I don't do. All about that.
Oh, memories of that first one with, the second one, because you had the first one you did with Justin, right?
Yep, and then the second one was with you and Tommy.
Oh, memories of that.
That was
one.
a lot of fun. And my landlord showed up and got angry at us. That was fun.
Yeah, and I was.
It was the middle of the night.
Did you leave it in the pod?
No.
No,
Because I still lived there at the time.
I reacted badly.
Oh, yeah.
I stood up like I was like, "What the fuck did you say?" Like, and then Morgan immediately, as soon as I stood up, because we're at a picnic table outside.
Yeah.
As soon as I stood up, Morgan was like, "Landlord." That's all he said, and I just sat back down. But then, what was it, like a week later, you guys got the eviction notice. And I'm like, oh, this was my fault. No, that's how I felt.
I mean, it wasn't not your fault.
And then I was like, Morgan, like, clear my name. Morgan, I haven't slept in 6 days, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, was that me?
No, I mean, she was predestined to try and kick us out anyway. Because, she was insane.
That was that place down on, what was it?
Riverdale Way.
Yeah, that area.
Yeah.
Quite Awatapu sort of thing.
Yeah.
You got a much better spot now.
Yeah, sure do.
Yeah.
Much nicer place. Still weird landlord property manager combo, but since I still live there, I'm not going to go into any details on the air.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Doesn't usually end well.
No, exactly.
Property brokers country. I don't know if it's them when I'm
Property.
No, I used to have a place by them years ago, and they were great.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
So how the fuck are we doing, boys?
You want to
I feel
kick
like
off?
we should have a talking stick, one at a time. Just,
We've got 3 talking sticks.
Oh, we do.
Yeah. We're all holding.
They're called microphones.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. You guys have. I guess it's okay to talk about. Like,
just on the talking sticks thing, I have to tell Morgan this.
All right.
But I've always wanted to hook a cable up to like a dildo
Sure.
and give it to cows and just see how long it takes them to be like, what is this? Like, we're just recording
Just put
away.
a windsock on a dildo,
Yeah,
and then he's like,
he's
yeah.
just like, and he just has it to us, and I'm just constantly taking
Do you know
photos of him.
why this wouldn't work? Because you'd give this to me, and I'd be like, like there'll be a on and off switch. I'll feel that, and be like, oh, it'll be zzz. I'm like, oi, what the fuck?
I don't know if you.
How many of these? Did you buy this just for this prank, or did you already have this in your possession?
I don't know how many
That makes a
dildos.
difference.
I don't know how many dildos you've ever played with. Very few of them have an on-off switch halfway up, because that would kind of defeat the purpose.
Cool. I thought it was.
Oh,
It's ribbed for her pleasure.
yeah.
I find a design flaw in a lot of them. I don't know if they still make them like this, but it would be that the speed dial would moved in the same direction as unscrewing the cap for the
Yes.
batteries.
Worst design ever.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I need to go this to the max, and oh, now it's just fucking open.
yeah.
What's been your favorite all-time sex toy order?
Wow. Okay.
Don't be shy.
I mean,
Of all the things you've ordered from adult toy megastore,
0, even though
Or,
a friend of ours has a code we can use for 10% off.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I get in on that?
do they have
Yeah.
Afterpay? If they have probably surely.
I think so.
I think they do. I'm pretty sure Love Honey does.
Love
Anyway,
Love Honey
Love Honey's good because they have they have this mic,
Thumbnails.
This
They
mic
have
sounds
thumbnails.
so bad.
they have thumbnails.
They have they have their own home brand,
Oh.
and it's cheaper,
Is it kind of
Well,
like
yeah.
Dick Smith Electronics kind of thing?
kind of, but it's good. They're fairly good quality, especially if you're buying stuff that isn't like electronic. Do you know what I mean?
Now define stuff.
So
Like-
are they like handcrafting glass dildos?
No. I mean, like if you wanted, let's say, some hand restraints,
Sure.
right? They have their own brand of them, and they're cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds better. These mics, I hate this mic. I should have got you to bring some fucking hub mics. Or
Yeah,
one.
we've got the one fancy mic.
Oh, not that one. I'll break it. Yeah.
Well,
like
we'll see. I would use that, and you would use this one.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but they have their own brand, and it's for like if you're not buying an electronic thing, then it's fine. It's cheaper.
Oh, have you ever met a set of cuffs that you couldn't like get out of comfortably? Like
Yeah.
Police ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, do you really want to cheap out on restraints? Like, isn't that like kind of the deal? Is like you want them to work?
Well, yeah, but you also want them to like not 100% work. So if
you've always got an out.
in an emergency you can bail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's just like a
like-
fire that's sort of blaze in your house, and then you're just in the room.
I was thinking more like you've said the safe word 3 times and it's
Yeah.
still going on.
Oh.
I should have bought cheap. I should have bought cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
Should have bought cheap. These
Should have gone with that home brand.
12-pound fucking cuffs.
Yeah. Never mind the cuffs. How about the 12-pound cock going on my ass?
Yeah. No, you got an actual ball and chain in the corner. Like, sounds expensive. Love Honey. I've never heard that before.
It's just another one of them.
Okay.
Just another one of them.
You
You know
never
what I mean?
knew. All right.
I can tell you the worst thing I've bought.
Well,
Well, the most disappointed I've been in something is
yes.
I brought. I'm not going to go into massive detail here, but I brought a double-ended dildo.
I think you've talked about this on the show before.
Yeah. And it was
First
like
I've heard of it.
I didn't really look at the measurements,
Yeah.
and this thing showed up, and it's a fucking monster. Like it's huge, and I'm looking at this thing going like, that ain't gonna fit in these like
These
you know,
fine
these-
ladies.
And even they're looking at it going, fuck off with that. But what was disappointing was it's made of rubber and it's super floppy.
Oh. Yeah.
And so there's no
You need some
stiffness.
resistance. Yeah.
And so it was like pushing fucking rope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
How
we
much of
turned
one
it-
of those things go for?
I can't remember. Probably $40-50 or something.
Damn.
So we made it into a trophy instead.
You never once thought like looking at the dimensions of the product? Like you just
No.
like buy.
Because what the fuck do I know what double-ended fucking dildos come in? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, oh no, that one's... I'm just like, yeah, that one do black. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big research guy. Like, if the shop page doesn't have enough detail, I'm like, fuck off. I'm not getting
Yeah,
shit.
cool. I think I was just excited to
I don't think you'll find a black double-ended on Price Buy though.
No, it's true.
Yeah, that's true. I always end up on Price Buy for anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Do you ever be on Price Buy and it's like, you're like, I really want this electronic thing, and then you're like, not Dick Smith, but like Harvey Norman's,
Yeah.
$100, and you're like, oh, no Lemmings, 110, and then you're like, Zhang's Emporium, $44, and you're like, I'll still pay the 100.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Harvey Norman's still going to be there in a week. You know what I mean? Whereas Zhang,
There's a handful of things that I've bought from places I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a really fancy ergonomic mouse from some like printer shop in Auckland,
Yeah.
and they were really cool actually.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Like, I wish I needed anything else they offer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would buy again, but no, I've just got the one thing I need.
Because I just see things like that, and I'm just like, $40 versus 100. It's a big saving, but I'm like, but will it even arrive?
Yeah. Will you get it? Will it be what you expect it to be?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my 5 wrestling t-shirts I ordered at the hospital. It was a steal, man. Like, it was,
Well, there's your problem. Like, the hospital doesn't really sell wrestling shirts.
it was like basically for 5 t-shirts. It was $30. I had an
Yeah.
NWO, a Macho Man one, blah blah, and it was a fake website.
Oh,
Yeah.
It wasn't too good to be true. Like, but I was
yeah.
like, I spun the wheel. Like, I've done that in the past, and it's like, holy shit, it arrived.
Yeah.
$13 Warriors jersey.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I was trying to buy some bootleg Foo Fighters merch after the concert because they ran out of all the official merch.
Yeah.
And then, like, they were just fucking around. Like, I was like, hey, I want to buy that shirt in this size. They're like, oh, yeah, go talk to that person with the F-Pass. And I was like, hey, I just couldn't even get their attention. I was there for, like, good 5 minutes, and they were just totally like, all right, like, I'm out of here then.
Yeah. I you just gotta be fucking careful, eh?
I've spun the wheel before because I want to get an NWO hoodie. And it's like 110 US. Like, it's basically like 200 and change
Yeah.
for one hoodie. I don't want it that much. Like,
Yeah.
but I've tried and spun the wheel before on back in like the Wish days.
Yeah, I've never gone near Wish or Temu or any of those things.
Oh.
I've done Wish before.
It's like I could have just screen printed this myself. Like,
Yeah, or
done-
AliExpress never...
I've done AliExpress as well.
but if it's a crazy cheap deal, I spin the wheel a
Yeah.
couple of times. Bro, one of them was just like, what is this?
Wish-
Like, laughable.
The Wish ones I did were good, but they took like 4 months. And in fact, one item didn't arrive with the rest, and so I put a thing in saying this never arrived, and they refunded me. And then like 2 weeks later, it showed up, and I'm like,
Oh, hey.
sweet, that's all right.
I ordered shit off of Wish just before lockdown.
Oh yeah,
Like, I think it was January, not even just before, like maybe January. Lockdown was
Yeah.
in March. And like, I didn't get, it was like July maybe.
Yeah.
And this courier came in the mail. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, completely forgot. And it was, like wooden chains. There was like
wooden chains.
wooden like chains, like
okay.
necklaces.
Like,
like,
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. I was
Like-
like,
a couple of like
It's like, look, I don't know if you heard about this thing called Kiwi Ingenuity,
Yeah.
but we don't make chains out of wood here.
Oh man.
it's very hard to carve.
Hey man, 7 months. It's all good. Like, it was like I completely forgot. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like when you're doing the washing and you find $20 in your pocket and you feel like you've
That's
won the money.
best.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I have the same thing as though like every winter I put on a jacket, and,
Yeah.
and sometimes you find a set.
Oh,
set, and
right.
you're like, yeah, this was good. I forgot about the set. Fucking yes, free material.
Yeah, I often think like, oh, like my financial situation is what it is, and then I'm like, oh wait, I didn't deposit all of the cash from the open mic, which I've
Yeah.
already paid out to the hub.
Yeah.
So I've just got a bunch of cash lying around
Yeah.
that I hadn't accounted for. It's like, oh shit.
The last time I reached into someone else's pockets was when I was wearing Nathan Bond's jacket.
Oh, yeah.
It was
That was great. It was live on stage.
It was like near the end of like before I croaked,
Yeah.
pretty much, and then like he had this like it was like a Samuel Jackson black leather trench coat, like think
Like
Neo,
a duster kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
like think Neo Matrix, and I put it on if like it just suited what I was wearing. I was like, can I wear this? He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just before I went up, I'm like to Saffron. I was like, let's check the pockets, and then you know what the pocket, and then the last pocket I checked was the chest pocket.
Yeah.
And literally there was a condom and lube,
Oh, he's hopeful.
and a couple of random like half tablets.
Yeah.
And I
for
looked at
you,
Saffron,
Nathan
and I looked at Saf. I'm like, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah. He had a night plan.
And we were trying not to laugh because someone was like on stage, and then she's like, you have to mention that. I'm not going to open with that shit. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
This is fucked up. And I got up on stage and I just pretty much said I asked to borrow like Nathan Bond's coat,
So,
and then I reached into his, like,
and there it was.
bro, that's fucking crazy. You can't
So
Nathan
two
Bond,
things.
man. He's got
Two things now. Let's all be a little cautious of Nathan Bond. just,
He's a good guy.
Top guy.
he's coming in hot, man.
But let's just let's just keep sealed drinks when he's around. The second thing is it just me, or does like a leather duster seem a little bit too cool for Nathan Bond? I love Nathan Bond. Nathan Bond, top bloke. I love his comedy, and I've told him to his face, I think you're a fucking great comic. But is it just me, as like a leather jacket a bit too cool for him? And I say that knowing I would not pull off a leather jacket. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not putting myself above him here. I'm just saying, like, when I think of Nathan Bond, I kind of don't think of a leather jacket.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
Yeah,
like
right.
a brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems more like it,
Yeah.
right? Like with some tweed patches. Yeah,
Yeah.
he could be a professor or whatever.
Or just in like a nice farmer's jacket. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like a nice, like, wool weather sort of thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
farmers, like, spend a bit of money, you know. But a leather jacket, a leather duster.
Yeah, that
Look
does
a little-
does seem excessive.
Suited
You know what
me
I mean?
better, to be fair. It did suit me better. I had the hat as well, the old Undertaker fedora going on. But I was wearing flannel underneath. It was like,
Yeah.
and the kicks to match was weird. So when I put the coat on, I'm like, oh yeah.
I mean, good for you, Nathan Bond, but, like, I don't know. I mean, I've never seen this thing. Maybe it suits him to the ground, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Seems weird.
Suited me well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while we're on the comedy topic,
Yeah.
Kel's made his grand return.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, after what, 18 months?
18 months. It's like I never did it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Morgs on
Felt
the
more
way.
new.
Telling Morgs on the way here, I felt like when I was Form 2 at intermediate doing class speeches again.
Oh, yep.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, like, because it was just like the mind feels like it can do it, right? Because but even though it's been a while, I literally wrote like first bullet point like intro.
Yep.
What the fuck does that mean after 18 months? Like, I didn't know what I got out there. I was like, what's an intro? So I floundered for the first minute, and then I stopped trying to be funny. I was just like recalling a couple of things that happened at the hospital and a couple of things that have happened since, and I just wanted to say hello. Like I even said at the end, like I didn't really have like a whole set planned. I just wanted to say hello,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like, but man, it was a nice little like I needed it because I fell way out of my depth. Like it didn't feel, didn't think that it was going to be that foreign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the last time I had a break, I only had like 13 months off, like 13 months off after that car crash.
Yeah.
And that wasn't long enough to forget everything because I came in kind of like I didn't feel out of place, but like on Thursday, fuck, bro. Like it just, I'm like, but that's good to know.
So you broke the rust off.
Broke the rust off, one,
Yeah.
and two, I'm only going to cover that shit once. Because I'm
Yeah.
kind of sick of talking about health shit, and
Yeah.
I want to like do bits.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that was a one and done. Like it was more like I was in hospital for a while, a couple of like hospital stories,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then how I'm like nearly blind now because that's one of the aftermath effects.
Yeah.
No, but how blind am I though? Like,
Yeah. How blind are you? I'm so blind I could get a dog.
they rang me today like because I haven't seen through some shit, and I'm like, you've given me the email is for horrendously long. It's like a checklist a mile long of like places to ring and websites to like go to, and
Yeah. And you're like, and I can't even fucking read it. Why'd you send an email? Send a voicemail, motherfucker.
So that's what's slowing things down. But I'm just like, yo, 'cause that's a lot of shit to do.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. But yeah, that's. So I told people the story about how I went up to that lady that I thought was mum in Countdown, and grabbed her by the stomach and said, "Oi, Chubbs, that's why we're in this mess. That's why, hey, fatty, hey, oh shit, that's not my mum."
Yeah.
Like that one seemed to be.
Yeah, they went down a treat.
Yeah, it was just you can't make that shit up, baby. You can't make that shit up. You can't believe like. Luckily, I reckon. Luckily, that lady was at the self checkout when we got there.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Mum, can we?" I was like, first of all, uncanny.
Yeah.
Like the same like greyish like black like afro hair tied back.
Yeah.
Like same coloured hoodie, might I add. Track pants. Yeah, same height.
That's funny.
Oh, so like it was. I'm glad that we got to. Because in the end, that lady thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But Mum, like, because otherwise she would have left that supermarket like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, it just got assaulted by some stranger.
What the fuck just happened? So
Body shamed.
So it was like, but when like we were walking over to the lady, like I was hiding behind my mum, like, sort of like, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, come in peace, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was... Oh yeah, and I randomly thought I was like, oh, how am I going to end this? Like, you can't just dribble.
Yeah.
And then I see one thing I've missed over the last 18 months being gone is like every time Morgan flashes me, I always finish. It makes me finish every time. I'm not kidding. When Morgan starts flashing me, it's game over. I always finish.
Yeah.
Whereas Andy was on timing that night, and he was asleep at the wheel. People were routinely going 9-10 minutes.
Oh, shit.
I don't know where that came from. But that just made me laugh on the spot. I'm like,
yeah.
It made me laugh. Like, every time he flashes me, I finish.
Yeah.
And in the last 18 months, I haven't been much finishing at my end. I missed Morgan flashing me. Like, I don't know, that just made me laugh on the spot. Like,
Nice.
For the last 18 months, I haven't ejaculated because I haven't hit that flash. I need that flash. I don't think I saw a flashing light though. Like,
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Like,
So just if you're listening to this, that show was on the 20th.
Yep.
Which means if you want to go see another one,
I've penciled
It's
myself
on
in
the
for
4th.
every fresh and funny. Like, moving forward.
Yeah, next one, 4th of July,
4th of July.
with MC Snap.
oh, cool. So
Yeah,
from,
Christchurch
South Island,
comedy
yeah.
legend.
Yeah, and then the 18th of July. Just so if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, well, how can I...
Yeah.
At Comida Vino.
Comida Vino.
Comida Vino, the most expensive fucking tapas in the world.
Yo,
Yeah.
Good people, though. Lovely
Great people.
Lovely people, but fucking brain bank.
when Philly had this like it was like the size of the ashtray, like small bowl of fries, right? And he was like $12. I'm like, $12.
That was good fries.
What's the cheapest thing they have? He goes, this is the cheapest thing they have. I'm like, I'd rather go hungry, dog. $12. All those chicken.
Yeah, the popcorn chicken. You get like
chicken,
5 of them.
Oh, man, come on.
For like $20-something. Oh.
I was actually thinking about that place last night, funnily enough, because I've been watching...
Yeah.
Like, I've been hardcore watching Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Again, and he was in Spain, and he was, like, they were talking about how, like, the whole world doesn't understand what tapas is.
Right.
Like, it's a Spanish thing, right? From Spain.
Yeah.
It was invented there. And he's like, the problem is the whole world doesn't get it. He's like, tapas are meant to be free.
Oh.
Tapas are something the bar gives you while you drink, so you
Right.
don't get too drunk. But they're usually really basic.
Yeah,
Like-
just something salty to...
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like a nice piece of cheese on a bit of bruschetta with a tomato on it and
Right.
olive oil. And they're like, or like a handful of olives on a plate with some feta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like cheap stuff to nibble on. And the idea is that you have a few drinks and this stuff comes out free, and it makes you hungry enough to be like, can I actually order a real meal?
Right.
And they're like, yeah, and that's where they make their money.
Yeah.
And so they're saying like, if you want to be an alcoholic, the place to live is Spain.
Right.
Because the drinks are cheap and they come with free food.
Yeah.
And it's like $3 for a glass of wine.
Thailand's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Get
real.
free food.
Yeah,
See, that's the way to do it.
just keep drinking our alcohol. Like,
Yeah.
but the alcohol like itself was only like 70 cents for a quartz bottle
Yeah.
of beer. Like,
Yeah.
and then but there's like a group of 10 of you. all drinking there. So then they want to keep you there. So then
They'll chuck out some stuff.
Yeah, bring out food, and then
Yeah.
the girls are becoming all scantily clad all of a sudden and more flirtatious and shit because they want to keep you.
Yeah, even the ones you don't want to see naked.
Oh,
Especially them because you're paid it. Like,
my advice: when you go to any country, don't have like a conceived like this is the list of things I've got to do. Because one of the things on the list: go to Thailand, you got to go to a ping pong show, right? And we went to this ping pong show, and I remember when we left there, they're like, because they hold you hostage, like you got to buy at least one drink, but the drink is whatever the fuck they want to charge you.
Yeah.
But you're bound to that drink, but then like they don't serve it to you for ages, so you got to watch like the show. And I remember I was leaving that place just quiet, like, and I'm the one that piped up. I'm like, so that's a ping pong show, guys. All right. Like, I think it was Dallas. He was like, fuck. He literally that killed his night, and he went to BK.
I think
He's like, fuck that.
I think I would leave there and just for some reason just go to church. Like for no, I'd be like, I just want to be in a church for a while. You get there and it's another ping pong show, and you're like,
that's how they get you.
It should be ping pong, etc. show. Because it wasn't just ping pongs going on. Like
They got the rhino.
Well, no, it was a fishing line with blades.
Oh, what?
And then so it was that. It was the ping pong was second, and then the third one is she went spread eagle, and one of the boys was real drunk, and she's like, "Oh, your finger funny? Finger's funny?" And then she like started tapping her vagina, and a little bird flew out, and then flew.
No, that is funny.
And then flew over and she was like, "Do this," and then the bird like flew onto his finger. And
in 100 years, I would never guess.
We were all yelling shit.
No, I had no idea where that was going.
Yeah.
We were just yelling shit like, "No!" You
think that's funny? I stole your wallet.
Yeah. It wasn't even a little bird. It was like
it was a big bird.
It was a seagull. It was a big bird.
It could have been.
Carol Spinning's in there.
Is it the head or the feet first?
It's got to be head first, right?
I don't know.
You got to be head first.
Because then he could be like, "Wow, what's on this side?" I don't really do a big bird impression.
No, I mean he does. Fucking. Did anyone watch that Jim Henson documentary?
Yes.
It's good, eh?
Yeah, so good.
Disney
Did you get teary-eyed like you predicted?
No, kids wouldn't let me because they keep fucking interrupting me.
Yeah.
It was good though.
Yeah, although much like everything ever, it completely skipped over Fraggle Rock.
Right.
They spend obviously, so much time on the creation of the Muppets, Sesame Street, the Muppet Show, and Dark Crystal and the Labyrinth.
Yeah.
And then, and he did some other things, and they showed Fraggle Rock for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Iconic,
It's like,
man.
I want to know about that.
Yeah, that's the one I really want to. Do you think it was because? I got a feeling it was because everything that he did was for Sesame Street was for PBS, but under his own studio and all that sort of shit. But I got a feeling Fraggle Rock was for a different company.
It
remember
may
it
have been.
being-
Do you think it was just that Disney don't want to
Maybe.
advertise it?
Do you guys remember the Fraggle Rock theme?
Of course.
Oh, 100%.
That's almost all I remember
Down
about
the
it.
Fraggle Rock. Down the Fraggle. It was great. It had that real 70s bass line
Yeah,
going.
sick bass line.
Yeah.
That's worth a
Fucking
YouTube like sometime,
great.
90s cartoon intros,
Yeah.
and they just mash up like an hour of it. It's just nostalgia overload. Eh?
Yeah.
But do you ever see those shows, right? And it's like 90s nostalgia. And you get all the themes, you're like, yeah. And then you're like, I'm actually going to watch that. So you go and put on, I don't know, like Lion-O or Lion Cats. What was it called?
Yeah,
Thundercats.
right.
Thundercats. And you're like, yeah. I used to watch this all the time. And you watch it and you're like, this is shit.
Yeah, something should just remain in the past. Eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I won't go back and watch He-Man. I'm sure that was a pile of shit.
That is bad.
Even the movie The Mask didn't age
Oh,
well.
oh my God, yeah.
So bad.
I tried, and this was maybe 10, 15 years ago, I tried to watch The Mask again. I was like, oh my God, what is, besides Cameron Diaz, what's going on in this movie?
It didn't age well. It did not age well.
Yeah, but the problem with Cameron Diaz is you see her there and you're like, wow. Then you remember what she looks like now and you're like, oh.
She could still get it.
Fair. I put on Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
knowing it was one of my favorites of all time.
Me and Jess were here one time when we were like scrolling. Oh, let's give Darkwing Duck a go.
Yeah.
And it was just some bullshit.
It was not
Was
good.
it?
Not
So
good.
keep that in the past.
Yeah.
I also put on Gargoyles a few weeks ago from the first episode, and then I remembered, like, nah, you kind of got to start on episode like 20.
I've done
Yeah.
this twice recently. Done this twice. One of them was Tailspin.
Oh, no, see, holds up. Love Tailspin.
Oh.
That was like, it was not just Kiana, but like Ruby, who's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boy Neff, he's 2. And we all loved it. I was like, oh, this
Wow.
is great.
Yeah, Tailspin was good.
Yeah. And and Doug.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
I feel like Doug would hold up.
Yeah, it does.
Holds up.
Yeah.
Totally holds up.
Just binged the fuck out of that.
You can't. It's real easy to
and the
binge,
kids,
Doug.
like, we all like watched it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool. Like,
Yeah. Did either of you guys get into X-Men 97?
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
It's
real good.
So good.
Real good.
Like unbelievable. Like
Yeah, that's the one.
yeah, because so this it continues on from where it left off.
Yeah, that's the best bit, eh?
Yeah.
Except
So
they brought back Fireworks Girl.
Jubilee's the best.
That was when Saturday cartoons went all the way to like 11. Like,
Yes.
and it was it always ended with X-Men, Batman. That
Yep,
were like,
Batman animated.
Batman
For a
animated
while,
series,
they
yeah.
had the Marvel Action Hour, which was Iron Man and
Yeah, that's
Fantastic
right.
Four.
and
Yeah.
there was Biker Mice from Mars.
Yeah,
But that Marvel action now, like the Iron Man and shit, that
Yeah.
was when Iron Man wasn't Iron Man as we know it.
no, exactly.
It was shit-ass drunk Iron Man.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I
he
mean,
wasn't
in the
drunk
comics,
in the comics, he
they
was
wouldn't
drunk.
let him drink
Yeah.
on the kids' cartoon show.
And
They had to team him up with
the Marvel's
Hawkeye.
Capcom
And,
game, like he was like the lesser War Machine.
And then,
Yeah.
you had halfway through, you would have like, "Hi, true believers."
Yeah.
He would do his mail segment.
yeah, see, I want like those Stan Lee segments on Disney
Yes.
Plus. Like
Yeah.
that's what I would watch. You know?
Yeah, totally. Doug. Funnily enough, I did. Sorry to betray everyone, but I did another podcast,
Oh no.
and one of the questions we asked on there just the other day was which cartoon. Oh, sorry. If you had to live in a children's show universe, which universe would you live in? And my answer was either Doug,
Yeah.
because I like the idea of living in a world where there's blue and purple people.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I just think
yeah.
That really
Plus,
fucking
don't
appeals
forget,
to me.
like if all, like push comes to shove, you have the pencil with the eraser. Like you could draw whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, there was
Yeah,
one of
at
those
the
fourth
start.
wall ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sesame Street, because I like the idea of living and there's actual Muppets that are living.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I love that fucking idea. Because have you seen that, like, Jim Henson's son did that movie
which
years
one?
ago, and it was like a fucking adult Muppet.
Oh, was he
Cop
behind that
movie?
one? The Happy Time Murders?
Yeah.
Ah.
Fucking love that movie.
All right.
And I just love the idea that, yeah, you have the street in New York, Sesame
Yeah.
Street. But I also love the fact that you would have, like, the ghetto
Yeah.
with, like, Muppet hookers trying to get some blow and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't fuck them, but I just love the idea that I could for like $5. You know what I mean? I just like,
$5.
hey man, I'll give you a fairy for
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's all you get.
$5.
Hey man, I'm real sick. I need some money, man.
I need to feed my kids.
Yeah.
My kids need more wine.
But yeah, fucking, I like the idea of living in the Sesame Street universe,
Yeah.
and not necessarily on Sesame Street though, just in the universe.
Yeah.
And there's fucking, you know, except for that one fucking Muppet they had in the Muppet Show that was like 6 foot tall.
Oh, Sweetums?
Yeah.
We all know the one. We're all picturing with that one tooth
that.
coming out. That one
Yep.
tooth.
Yeah.
Fuck. No.
Looking like he's from Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
That dude would just be a bouncer. You know what
We
I
all
mean?
thought it at the exact same time with zero
And
description.
he's got that real droopy mouth.
Yeah. And he's in the Muppet movie and shit.
No kid wants a fucking photo of him, eh? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because after watching that documentary, I went back and scoped a couple of the episodes of The Muppet Show.
Yeah.
And so, like, I just went for the ones that I already remembered from my childhood as being
Right.
excellent.
Yeah.
So Kenny Rogers,
Yes,
Harry
yeah.
Belafonte.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, it's so good. Like, yeah,
I can imagine.
everyone listening, do yourself a favor. Look up Harry Belafonte on the Muppets. That closing number is gold. It's just the most
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
They really put a lot of fucking work into that show.
They did. Yeah, and I didn't know how tight of a turnaround they were on as well.
it was
And
insane.
they were basically South Park schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
They were
worst
like,
kind of schedule.
you know, we meet up with the musician on the Sunday, and then
Yeah.
we make the music, and we do all our voiceovers, and then then we go out and do the fucking actions for it. It's like, holy shit.
Right up to the day, eh?
Yeah.
They just fucking
It
fly
just-
by the seat of their pants week
Yeah.
in, week out. That's got to be a stressful.
And also, like, I didn't know this until the documentary.
Yeah.
They did it all in England,
Yeah.
which was insane. Like, not because England's insane.
No,
but like
but-
you didn't know.
No,
that
exactly.
At the time.
Yeah.
So these guys were all away from home for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Just making the show. Fucking good show. I also like the Star Wars, like the one they had the Star Wars crew on it.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, I got to revisit that one. And Arlo Guthrie was the other one I saw.
Oh yeah.
Just because I remember that one song, "Sailing Down by Golden River." That was
Yeah.
really nice.
I can't remember. There was one as well, and it was I think it was Bob Hope.
Oh yeah,
Was quite a good one because like he was. What was the fucking bear's name?
Fozzie.
Yeah, he was like Fozzie's hero or something.
Right, of course he would be.
And so, yeah, there was a big thing. But fuck, that was a good show. How did we get onto that?
I know, like on Sesame Street, the best version of Stevie Wonder's "Superstitious" is he plays it live on the Sesame Street set.
Nice.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's balling out of
I was
control.
listening to, fuck, that's funny. I was listening to Stevie Wonder just the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a genius.
yeah.
forgot-
I mean, that's what you got to look forward to there, Kels.
What's-
Wow.
Hey, can I come over? Can I come over and touch your face? So I could just go up to people and just put my hands on their face, and they're like, "What can I do? He's blind. Just gotta let him go."
Could you just like carry hand sanitizer though? Because I don't want you to be like, "Can I touch your face?" I'm like, "Oh, it smells like
germaphobe,
fish."
like,
Yeah, it's like, no, I just saw you touching that guy's face. I don't
Yeah, I
want.
don't want you to touch my face.
I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
So if I touch like say a Scott's face,
Yeah, and why would you?
Then I'm cutting
why
your...
would I? That's a horrible example.
Before you touch my face, I'm cutting your fingers off.
Fuck me. Why would I be touching its face in the first fucking place?
Well, I guess because you're blind and you don't know who's there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I told you it was me. Why do you have to touch my face?
Fuck.
Now can I touch your dick?
Dude, I can't believe I didn't smack that dude over. Like, I don't think... Was I part of the hub by then? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and we had a
I think...
comedy
yeah.
hub drink up here.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was more like you guys were all like, look, we've got like all the alcohol in the world. Everyone just bring mixers because we've got a bit of everything.
Yeah.
So everyone bought like Coke and Sprite and orange juice and that shit was
Yeah.
everywhere, right? And everyone was sitting at the table, and I reached over to get. There was a bottle of Coke, and I just went to grab it.
Yeah.
And Scott was like, "That's not yours," and he grabbed my hand with the Coke in it, and he just ran his tongue over my fucking knuckles.
Which is a weird way to get someone not to pick something up.
Super weird.
And I just and I was just in shock. Like I went straight to your bathroom, and anything that was like your shampoo,
Yeah.
Clearasil, I like hairspray, like I washed
Yeah.
and sanitized the fuck, and then I came back and I just was like, I can't believe my instant reaction wasn't be like instant see red. Like, you know, where I come from, you
Yeah.
don't run your hand over another man's knuckles, dude. Like,
That
And I
night
just-
was fucking more awkward too because he got to our place like an hour and a half early.
Yeah, that's
Before
what he does
anyone?
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Oh, I caught the bus." I'm like,
an hour and a half early.
"You could have fucking caught it later."
Yeah, there are more buses, you know.
Well, like, because you'll put like start time around 5 p.m ish, right? Something
Yeah.
like this.
And he would turn up like 3:30.
Man, 5 p.m ish to me means I'm going to get there about 5:30.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, well, I could walk to my parents. I live right." I'm like, "Yes,
Yes.
yes, you should."
Yeah,
Goodbye.
go say hello to them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something.
Oh man, the people that have come and gone in the comedy hub, like the best ones. I'm just being real here. My favorite ones are these young. It's usually between the ages of like 18 to 30,
Yeah.
and
it's
they
quite a
are
range.
Yeah.
just these young thundercats. They come along and they're funny where they're from, work, family, what have you. But then they have got people like you two at the comedy course, and then there's people around them trying to like give them advice, and think they know better.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't- like they won't take your advice, right? And then they go up and then they do their graduation show and they have this false set of bravado, like because they've got all their friends and family. It's a very supportive crowd. They get a great
Great
reaction, and then they go to the open mic. And it's like they won't really, they're quite fucking like arrogant, like they just don't really want your help. Like, nah, like I got this, blah blah. And they get up there, go for their first joke, crickets.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, I'm like, you get
Your
what you.
humiliation is so tasty.
And it's just immediately I'm like, oh, he's gonna go. They go to their second joke, boom, nothing, and they're wide-eyed of fear, and then now they're going, gol, gol, and you never see them again. But they go around telling people that they've done stand-up comedy or whatever. Like, it's just sad.
I love the smell of a deflated ego, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it smells so good.
But who the fuck are you to turn down advice from the two of you? Let alone like people that like, because I tried to talk to one guy. It was a perfect example. It was at Bubbles. I just happened to see footage that Morgan sent me like 2 weeks before or something. And yeah, he was just. I was trying to give him like one like bit of advice, and he just wouldn't have it.
Mind you, the
And he
people
went
who,
up there and died.
the people who don't really take the advice generally haven't done the course.
Yeah,
They've just come along.
I think that's about true. Yeah.
Yeah. They've come along and they've been like, oh, okay. Well, you guys know what you're talking about. I've been watching comedy since I was young. It's like, yeah, watching comedy is one thing.
Yeah, yeah. Look,
Right.
I've got well over my 10,000 hours of listening to podcasts.
Yeah, yeah.
But I am not an expert at making them.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah, it's the same as like fucking. I wouldn't turn up at a mechanics and be like, I watch a lot of Top Gear. I'll fix my own car.
Yeah, because why would you go to the mechanics in that case? You just do
well,
it on your
That's
own.
true.
I'm like Hell's Kitchen, but I can't even cook for myself.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make me a gourmet chef.
Do you know what? Do you know what one's really like? I'm just like, okay, all right. Let's see how you do then. When they're like, I'm more of an internet comedian.
What's that mean?
I don't know if I've come across that.
Oh,
What does that mean? I just like.
like they put.
They're just a streamer or a
they-
TikToker.
No, they're
or...
just good at making funny comments,
Oh, right.
and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
right. That doesn't translate on stage. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good, like, to go the other way. Like, Cajun Brooking, phenomenal on-stage comic.
Yeah.
Really pays attention to his craft.
Totally.
He spends a lot of time on, like, New Zealand Herald comments just to gain attention.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's successful. Like,
Yeah,
people like his shit. They go to his page. They go, oh, okay, this guy's good. Let's see what else he's doing. Oh, I can see him live. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's where the
But that
grind is.
works when you have
that's the
a
grind,
base.
yeah.
That's the grind because you got to do that continuously,
Yeah.
day in day out.
Yeah.
Like, that's no picnic.
Yeah, like he has an act worth going to see. Whereas
100%.
as if you start out, like I could say like, oh man, I write some shit on Reddit, you know, I get a few upvotes. It's like,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Because he started doing it, what was it, a couple of years ago now, so he's been on the grind for a while now.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to be relentless, eh? Like, because you got to constantly.
It's just not just that, but like
Yeah, it's 4 years now for Cage.
Yeah.
It's flown by, man.
the stuff he does post, whether it's political or in the news or whatever, like the dude doesn't just prolifically post. He takes the time to sort out something that's really funny
Yeah.
and then post that. So the dude's batting it like 1,000. Do you know what I mean?
But in the meantime, he's leaving comments and getting drawing people.
Yeah, but
the amount of
that's what I'm
likes.
saying. The comments he's leaving are so good because he doesn't just post willy nilly. He posts when he sees he can do something that's really, really good.
Yeah.
So everything he posts is good. And
Yeah.
like a lot of people who are like, I'm an internet comedian, and they post on everything, and it's all shit. And they might get one good thing out of 10. You know.
Yeah.
He's
Are you,
hitting 10 out of 10.
Do you see when you're going to be coming back? Do you miss it at all? Like,
Nah,
Nah.
I don't.
I feel like we need to bring all the OGs back
Well,
without saying too much. Like, I mean, I've been to every open mic this year, but it was all at this new venue, right? But
Yeah.
I got a taste of what's been going on the last, who's been jumping up and
Yeah.
stuff. And there's a lot of people I don't know, obviously, but I don't know. I feel like to bring people in, like you need the best people up there. I feel like. Not just first in, first serve.
It's
It's
hard,
hard.
but
It's a hard.
But
I always feel
it's
for Morgs
specifically an
because-
open mic. Like,
yeah.
like if I had an issue with the level of acts that are on the stage, I'd do something about it. You know,
Yeah.
like
I just thought it would be cool to have the old part of the old band back together. Like
Yeah, I'd love like an old timey all stars kind of lineup. I'd also love to get a bunch of people back who only did a handful of sets. That showed promise, and just life got in the way, or it wasn't a priority for them.
Like a Where Are They Now show.
But I know that would be the most difficult show to book ever.
100%.
Because even just trying to convince any one of them is difficult.
Yeah.
How would you sell that? How would you sell that show?
I mean, I guess
see like these people that all tried and failed.
I mean, I would, in my head, I would center it around like, don't call it a comeback.
I've been here for years.
Plus also like,
and maybe don't just crossed out.
Fucking who? Okay, if you're advertising like, oh, these are all the OGs of Palmy comedy, it's like people still don't know there's comedy on, let alone who the fucking OGs are. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
I was just talking about camaraderie. Like, it'd be cool to like have some of that band back together.
It's like a Pete's Place show. Yeah, 100%.
Sure,
totally,
and they still won't know.
Because it was cool. Like Justin was there, Therese was there. That was nice to see them, man.
Yeah.
Matthew Willie.
Yeah,
oh man, he gave me the longest hug.
Oh, he's the best.
He kept like it was the longest hug. That genuineness.
Yeah.
It's hard to go with that dude. Eh?
Yeah. I need to organise to see him too because he keeps messaging me and shit.
Yeah.
And every time he does, I'm like, look, fuck, I'm actually really busy this weekend for a change. He only seems to message when I'm fucking busy.
Yeah, and then whenever we're not, like, he's got stuff with his kids on and everything, and totally fair.
Oh, 100%.
Just that the timing never quite pans out.
It's like, what are you doing this weekend? Well, actually, I got this, and this.
Yeah.
But the last 7 weekends, I had fucking nothing, so... What's up, motherfucker?
In the last 5 years, like comics that have like been and gone, like who are the ones that you reckon like you miss the most?
Oh, Dylan Satherley.
Yeah, oh my god.
I fucking love Dylan Satherley.
I didn't get to really get to know him very well because he was basically already gone by the time I showed up. Yeah. So I've met him a few times. I've seen him on stage. He was very funny. Because he moved to Wellington at the end of 2017, basically.
Yeah, so probably 2016. Maybe late 2015. No, we moved in 2015 here. So it must have been 2016.
A while back now.
Yeah. He was great. Nathan, of course.
Yeah.
Inco.
Yes.
I'll
tell you what. Yeah, it was Enko's birthday recently, and I saw and Casey Griffin. He posted a happy birthday. I was like, fuck, I wanted to see both of those guys again, man. Those were some fun times.
Joe Bry.
Yeah, Joe Bry.
Joe Bry, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Amber back in action whenever parenting kind of settles down, and
totally.
Nerida I always had a lot of time for.
Yep. Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah, and if anyone's listening to this and be like, oh, he didn't mention me, like there was a lot of people. I am not going to remember everyone I like. This is all just off the top of my head. I always want to see more of Jamie Verney.
Totally.
Yeah.
Not just on stage, like...
exactly. I don't miss hanging out with that guy.
Yeah,
totally. You hear this, Jamie, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Miss you, okay?
I don't know.
Life. I mean, he just, life takes priority, man. Like he just had a baby, and bills don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone's got work and family and relationships and all sorts. Yeah, and like other hobbies for a lot of people as well. They do theater or dance or macrame or D&D or whatever. And, I'm not gonna try and convince anyone that they should be doing comedy as their number one thing. I don't even know if it should be the number one thing I do.
Yeah, it just is.
Yeah.
Josh Sharp was one from way back in the day.
Now, was he the guy that Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only met him the once. I've never seen him on stage. He seemed pretty cool.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
He had some good stuff. Johnny Rolfe did a few sets and he was great. English guy.
Yeah.
I think he still works for Ministry of Ed.
Oh.
I do must be some Sean Koch.
Yeah.
Totally.
All the time, I think I have to reach out to Sean. He's been gone for like 6 months, like he's over in wherever in Asia. I can't even remember. Was it South Korea?
Well, who would you say the last like 3 to 6 months have been your like steady, like you can always rely on them, like their every open mic sort of?
I mean, Callum number one with a bullet.
He's the
Yeah,
do or die is always there.
He's ready to go. He'll do every show he can, and either you're getting some of the best material in the country that's like hit big on stages in front of 800 people, or it's sold out a week at the Classic, or it got him the runner-up in the Raw Quest, or you're going to see some new shit that is more interesting than almost anyone else's new shit.
Yes.
He said, because he did all this new shit on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
He was rattling them off, and there was one in particular. I'm like, why did you not proofread these? That was terrible. But then he would go to the next one, and it was cool. And the good thing I guess you can say about Callum is you can put him anywhere. He can open, he can close the first half, open the second half.
He's a utility player, whatever a show I'm putting together needs, like I can put him there.
Yeah, that's right.
He's like James Harden. He's like the perfect sixth man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
for you basketball fans.
Know your audience, Kels. Know your audience.
Yeah.
Who else has been steady for you?
I'm trying to think who else has done. So Andy's done every one of the new open mics because he's co-producing with me these days, which is pretty cool. And we're still like easing into the division of labor. I have a bit of a tough time letting things go.
Yeah.
Because you've been the wearer of all the hats for so long.
You're doing it for so long.
When we introduced the MVP award, I'm like, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's just the M stands for Morgan. I know that. Without fail, every year. Just give him the trophy now. Like, and the nominees are, who are we kidding? Boy, get up here. Like, what do you do? Because you were doing everything.
Yeah, it was out of necessity for the longest time, but now we've got a really good committee who are stepping up to the plate and producing the Globe shows throughout the year, and having considered opinions about the direction of the hub, all that sort of stuff. It's really good to be surrounded by. I'm trying to think who else.
I've penciled myself in for every open mic.
Yeah, but it's super exciting.
For the whole year.
Yeah,
because it's like I need more time, mic time.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
Yeah, but I've been really excited about the people coming up from Wellington this year as well. Like some of Bagalka and Jack Gerard's. Ben Lowe's I met for the first time, and he's doing really well.
I'm a Marcus Peterson man.
Oh, Marcus is so funny.
Yeah. Oh, we talk like dreadlocks too. That's cool. Like,
yep, and the aforementioned Nathan Bond.
I was just about to say, Nathan's always consistent.
Yeah, I tell you what, Patch Lambert came along for the.
True. Yeah, I haven't seen him forever.
I know. Yeah, the last gig he did with us was last January.
He was a breath of fresh air.
He was so good.
Yeah.
And like he's never not been so good. But like, it's just, it's like, let this guy fucking go,
Just going back, Marcus Peterson.
Yeah.
He's also good, he's a nice person to have backstage.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
that last open mic, we went because we're outside, and I just swore out loud like fuck. He's like, what? I'm like, I left my fucking weed at home.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got you. Like, so at the halftime break, we went over to his creepy fucking big white van. I'm like, this is your whip? He's like, yeah. He's like, jump on it. And I'm like, that's not the first time you've said that out loud, eh? But this is creepy. Like, remember in the episode of Seinfeld where they've that white truck or van.
Is this the wheelchair one?
And right at the end, it was like George's parents were fucking.
Another one. Yeah.
It looked like that. But, and then we were talking. He's like, he's never seen me like behind the mic before, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's been that long since we've because there was when him and
Luke
would come over from Hawke's Bay, but I see that cunt in the UK now.
Yeah.
Just I saw because he posts a lot of shit from his TikTok onto Facebook, right? And then I was just doing I was just flicking through, and it landed on him at the start of the video was him flexing. I was like, oh no, I remember that bit.
I think it's a fun bit.
The early days. What was that? The cabana. In Napier.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. I missed the Paisley. I like.
Yeah. It's a shame because almost everyone in the Napier Hastings scene has moved out of the Hawke's Bay.
Oh, true.
What
Yeah.
is going on in Hawke's Bay now for comedy? Like, do they have
So
Karen run anything?
it seems like the common room's not going anymore, and the Cabana is now at 9:30 p.m. start on a Thursday.
Ooh,
And I'm like,
9:30 is
real late.
yeah, who's going to that?
9:30
That's a death
start,
slot,
why?
man. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, on a Friday or Saturday?
Yeah,
maybe?
sure.
But on a Thursday is...
9:30.
Yeah. oh.
Day.
Would you rather have that time slot or that 5 p.m. on a Sunday time slot? Because that's where they moved it to. My God, no one was keen to go
It
out
wasn't
on it.
5 on a Sunday, but yeah.
It was late Arvo, right? Like,
No, it was like 7 on a Sunday.
oh, still was Sunday
But
evening.
yeah, you can't.
Which one's worse?
It's
That
very
one or
difficult to draw a
9:30
crowd.
Thursday? That's oh man, the common room. Like, the cool thing is when I started, Morgan and I would go over to every open mic night over in Hawke's Bay, like
Yeah.
Napier,
Yeah.
and so like twice a month we're driving 2.5 hours each way, knowing we're gonna eat shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the crowd, like, they never really reacted. No one ever wanted to progress or anything. And Morgan and I would walk in, and our friend CJ will see us.
Yeah.
And he'd
Yeah.
beeline to us. He's like, "Oh, thank fucking God you're here."
Yeah.
Okay, one closed first half, the other closed second half. Thank fucking Christ. That was how it was, man. But like, we just went over there to eat shit, and then there was that one time that you and Nathan came with
Oh
us
my God.
at the
yeah.
common room. That's when Morgan got introduced as Baron Belvedere von Lemon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you and I were sitting at the back. I nearly choked on my.
Because when she said it, I was like, oh, he must have told her to do that, and he's going to do a bit.
It's like,
About
no.
lemons or
As
something.
soon as he got to the microphone, his demeanor was like fucking.
Yeah, I know. That, yeah, and then when I saw you come up,
Go
I'm
on.
like, oh no, he didn't tell her.
And I just, before you even said anything, I was like, oh, how did he come up with lemon?
Yeah.
Iceman, lemon?
Yeah. And then the fun, like,
Baron
I
Belvedere.
probably will never know, but I specifically, the next time I was emceeing up there, I introduced her as Karen Lemon.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she noticed, but if she did, I wonder if she doesn't realize that she did that to me first
Yeah.
and bears the grudge against me. Because I know she bears a grudge against me.
Yeah.
I just don't know for sure why.
Yeah.
Baron Belvedere von Lemon.
Because you do comedy.
Because
with
you
jokes.
opened.
that could be it.
You opened, so she gave you this grand intro. Because you're opening the show. Baron Belvedere von Lemon.
It's like, why would it be Lemon?
What the fuck?
And like,
wow.
her son was so obsessed with that character that he was going to get a tattoo of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard the actual name a time or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like the third time over a course of a year where he came up to me. He's like, "I still want to get that tattoo." I'm like, "Let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Let it go."
And to be fair, like, he did make like a cool, like cartoon design of that character. That looked pretty good.
That was a
Yeah.
great way to start, though,
Yeah.
bro. Like, just got used to being on stage with no laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I told Callum and Sean ages ago. I was like,
They were hard and early.
Yeah, I was like, look, I did every one of these shows for a year.
Yeah, we did a stretch,
and
dude. We did a stretch.
Yeah, and like it steeled me, you know.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
I can just sit in what might otherwise be a bomb and just be okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't panic
But
about
that was
like, oh, I'm not getting what I want.
That was
Yeah, it's-
every show over there.
Yeah.
Without fail. With
Yeah,
every fucking
and then
show.
you know, like we show up and there's like 3 people in the audience, and they both like they got the nerves about it, and then I didn't, and they're like, oh, okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good way to start things, man. Like,
Yeah.
because that's what
Yeah.
I was saying. I think earlier when the one problem about that graduation show is it gives I've seen it too many times now where because that graduation show you got all your friends and family there. Plus, everyone is so supportive because they're all there to root for their like graduate,
Yeah.
so they're going to give you all the love in the world. And I've seen it time and time again with these graduates. Like after that graduation show, you can't
Yeah.
tell them nothing.
Oh, actually, I think the worst transition is going from a graduation show into RawQuest,
Yes.
where like even though any MC worth their salt gets up there and says, if you're here to support someone, support everyone.
Yeah.
Make this a good night. Like the judges aren't judging them solely on how many people were laughing. They're looking at the craft behind it. So many people will just sit there fucking stone-faced until their guy comes on. And that can be brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do to get better is do those gigs where there's like 2 audience members.
Yeah.
7 comics.
That's why I miss things like the old, down at the other side of town.
Yeah, the Willow.
Yeah, the old Willow, the back room.
Yeah.
Little ones like that, like those were great because that's how you get battle hardened.
And that's I was about to say that's the benefit of doing like a week's worth of gigs in Auckland and shit, because you end up doing those gigs that are fucking rough as.
Yeah.
Like you're fighting against the bar and other things going on.
Right.
And and shit like that.
And like you could either stick with your shit, you could either try and win them back, or you can just be like, fuck it, I'm just going to get through my 7 minutes. But either way, you're sitting there like, sweet, you're fine. Like, you can change tact and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's only going to come from those, quote unquote difficult. Because the one time you and Nathan came over, I remember the drive back. It was for Common Room, and then Nathan was the first. He's like, "I just ate shit for 8 minutes." And he turned around, and looked at it like, "You guys actually come to this twice a month?" Like, for a good better part of 2 years now. And then one time, just you guys are like, "Fuck that!" I'm like, it's such a good way to learn, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, especially because if like, I always found those gigs where you got like a majority of comedians in the audience, like that's the majority of the audience. If you can get a big laugh, like you
take that to the bank.
Yeah, you've knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, I've done it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you get your average, like you get an audience of like 20 people who are paid to be there, and you get good laugh, you're like, cool, I've actually just done my job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But when you get all the comedians to laugh, like I always, like for a while there, I judged jokes on how fucking loud I could get Nathan to laugh. Do you know what I mean? If I can get him to laugh really fucking loud, I was like, that joke's working.
Do you know what? Jamie Verney slotted right in when Nathan left.
Oh, absolutely,
They
had that like that laugh you can pick in any clip.
Yeah.
Or Morgan's too close to the camera, like he was on Thursday.
Oh, I love that. When you get a fucking video, especially if it's from the Globe.
Yeah, if it's a Globe show and you can hear me laugh, you've done fucking well.
Yeah, I love that. It's
like, this one, like he's just on Thursday, he was just standing right next to it. But when I did the whole like, Morgan flashing me, I always finish.
Sorry, I just remembered the last gig as well that I did and how fucking painful it was.
Which gig was that? There, Dylan?
That was the roast battle.
Oh, why was it brutal?
Oh, because there were some drunk bitches there and they would not shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, like, because I can't see, right? And then they were coming in and they were talking to me like they knew me. And then we walked in and the show was starting and they were sitting right behind me. And the woman behind me even called me by name. She's like, Kels, like, come sit next to us. Like, I don't act like strangers. It hasn't been that long. I was like, I must know you. And I sat immediately, as soon as I sat down, immediately I'm like, oh, this is a mistake. And I got roped into this bullshit. Then I started getting told off as well. And I'm like, I was like, got to get to halftime. Fuck that. I immediately just like jumped the fucking, I sat next to Andy. Like, I'm just exit stage left. And I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with him, mate. Because fuck, they were,
it was rough.
Yeah, you kept your cool though.
Fuck, I didn't.
Nah, but you were PC about it though, like
as much as I could be.
You handled it pretty well.
Because I was really ready to be like, listen, you fat bitch, I know you didn't fucking play netball. Because I can't imagine you waddling around that fucking court.
Yeah, because they all of a sudden heard my name.
And at one stage I did go to her, what position do you play?
Yeah.
Purposely, and she's like, I don't play. I was like, oh, really?
Interesting.
Then you laser Kels played it like netball. I'm like, what? Yeah, I got a shout out. And then you see something to bury me. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, good times.
Good times. Like, so what's next on the comedy
calendar? Coming up on Saturday the 29th, we've got Cajun Coombe and Friends.
Cool.
Yeah, so Cajun Brooking, the aforementioned, and Matt Coombe from Auckland, who is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were very popular in the Palmy Comedy Fest in February. So we're like, all right, let's put them together, get a cool little lineup supporting them.
Nice.
So we've got Justin Nye, Siobhan Barnard, Andy Krippner.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome show.
That's this weekend, eh?
Yep. Yeah, this weekend at the Globe.
Do you want to... I had a weird...
week, and then the week after is Fresh and Funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I had a weird Matt Coombe moment the other day.
Oh, yeah?
That's so fucking weird. So I'm at this funeral.
Sure.
And it all goes well, and there's a family funeral, so I knew everyone there, right? I knew everyone there, except for one guy
Yeah.
who kept catching my eye, because you know when you look at someone directly, they look like what they look like, but then when you see them out of your peripheral, they look different.
Sure.
This dude in my peripheral looked like Matt. Every time I saw him, I'm like, Matt? Anyway, anyway, funeral's done, and he comes up to me and just like does the bro shake and pulls me in and gives me this big hug,
Yeah.
real tight. And he's like, it was beautiful, because I spoke, and he's like,
Yeah.
it was beautiful, bro, well done. And walked away. And Jen goes, who's that? I'm like, it might be a comedian from Auckland. She's like, really? I was like, yeah, but only if I look out of the corner of my eye. She's like, but who is it? I said, I don't fucking know. She's like, you know everyone here. I was like, I don't fucking know who that is. This dude knew me.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm the first to admit, I'm really bad with names and faces. Terrible. Morgan can do a test, because he'd be like, oh, this comedian come. I'd be like, who? He'd be like, you met them 3 times at this gig. And I'm like, I did? And they're like, yeah, you said you really like their gear. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll remember what gigs you were on together, and like all of these details.
Yeah, and I'm like, I really? Oh, that's great. But I was going like, nah, I have no fucking clue who that is. But fuck me, I was sure it was him for a minute, eh? And I almost felt like going, are you who I think you are? But in the end, I'm like, no. And then I found out it wasn't Matt Coombe.
Yeah.
It was a friend's flatmate or something.
Right.
Or my uncle's flatmate's friend. And I'm like, why are you here?
I had a few of that at Dad's funeral. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah. It's funny how you say, I was at a family funeral, so I knew everyone.
Yeah.
I was at a family funeral recently.
Oh, yeah?
I knew almost no one.
Wow, yeah. That's fucking...
Dude, when I missed that funeral, right, and I felt so bad.
Which funeral?
Morgan's old man.
Oh, yeah.
Because in our culture, like if it's one of your close mates,
Yeah.
if one of the parents die, no question, you go.
Yeah.
And I wasn't well enough to go, and then I think I carried that for a few days until Morgs and I actually talked on the phone.
Yeah, I was like, I had no expectation of you.
And his mindset was the other way around. Like, why would you come? You've even really met my dad. So his mindset was, and Tracy was on the speakerphone, she was sounding what he was saying. We're the opposite.
Yeah.
Because I know from my dad's funeral, a large chunk of my mates that were there that had never even met Dad before. It's just something that you do. So I was beating myself up about it. And a couple of days later, we talked on the phone. He's like, "Hey, no."
Yeah, and it's not like a hardline stance either, because I have gone to one of my friends' parents' funerals when I might have met the parent once, but it was there was a group of us where they had solidarity and everything, and so I absolutely get that side of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, on this side, I don't have any expectation.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish we talked earlier because it was 2 days of hell. Because I was just I didn't go to the funeral. How am I going to face him?
I didn't even send flowers.
I was so fucking broken about it. And then he was like, "Well, no, you're fine, mate."
Because because the wild thing, Leanne was going to come, and that made sense anyway, because she grew up she's best friends with one of my dad's sisters, one of my aunties.
Oh, okay,
But she couldn't make it after all, and that's also completely fine.
Yeah.
But I tell you who did come along, which I had no expectation in the world, Alexander and Katie.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Those two run deep, man.
Yeah. Because, they were, in the country still. They were near enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, the funeral was in Foxton. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alex
Yeah.
was one of the first people like to visit me outside of you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Alex
as soon
was
as
one
he
of-
heard, he's like, "Fuck, I got to get down there."
And it was, I don't know what time of day it was or anywhere, but I sort of woke up, he was right next to me.
Yeah.
And my thing was like, if you got a gig tonight, like 2 birds, 1 stone? He's like, no.
Yeah.
Why the fuck? I think he's like, why the fuck else would I be here mid-down a Tuesday, Kel? Like, I'm here to see you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
These
Like,
two are the best, eh?
Yeah. So it absolutely meant the world to have them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just and the wild thing was my oldest sister, who I had only met once last year
Wow.
at a gig.
Wow.
Just to tell that story very briefly. Me, Justin, Jada, and Tracy did a show in Auckland, and we had a couple locals. We had Ocean and Itai join us on stage for that.
Yeah.
And there were 4 audience members, and 2 of whom were my older sister I had never met and her partner. And I only realized that about 10 minutes before the show was to start.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was looking
What a
at
fucking mind
the
trick.
door list, and like the name on the list was a different surname than I was familiar with.
Yeah.
But then I looked at the email. I was like, oh. That's the name I know. That's the only person I know in Auckland who I didn't invite to this gig on Facebook because I thought, wouldn't that be fucking awkward?
Yeah. Wow. Fucking. You know what? You need to come back to another episode where we can fucking break down your fucking family life.
Oh my god.
yeah, my ancestry.
Because like.
It's all over the show.
How
I've
much
met,
Viking blood does he have? Already?
yeah, because I've met your mum.
Yep.
Very briefly.
Yep.
And I've obviously met your brother.
Yeah.
Like, a few times, and he's a fucking cool dude.
Yeah.
But then you're like my older sister, and I'm like, really? He's like, I met once. Really? The story gets more interesting.
Yeah. And so, because she was adopted out of birth because my dad and her mum were like way too young.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And then they went on to have 2 other daughters.
Yeah.
That they kept. Well, I mean, my dad, you could argue how much he kept them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
One more than the other, certainly.
Yeah.
From what you were saying on Thursday night, he sounds like a bit of a creep.
No, that was all lighthearted fun, that was.
Yeah.
But, so like, we got to know each other at that gig, and then, I found out about my dad's passing because I woke up to just a heart emoji from this sister. And so I tapped on the little expand thing to be like, oh, is this like a second message in a... And I was like, oh, no, it's just that. Oh, then I know what that means. That could only be one thing.
She wants me.
And so, it was about half an hour later when my other sister called and said, hey, this has happened. I was like, oh, I 100% appreciate you waiting for a reasonable time when you know I would be awake. Yeah, but I have already been spoiled.
Spoilers, yeah.
Yeah, because one of the aunties posted up on like some Facebook group when she heard the night before, and which not the best etiquette.
Why did your mind go straight to she wants me? By the way?
Joe Dirt. Remember Joe Dirt?
Yeah.
He's like, you're my sister.
Only by blood.
Yeah. And then so they just keep fucking. He's just like, you're my sister, you're my sister.
And then they find out they're not, right?
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, I've been,
I love that movie, by the way.
I've been like seeing a few like lady friends lately, like dating and whatnot. And then there are times where, like, there's a couple of occasions where I've gone around to their house and like they've got like 2 of their 3 kids are like over 21.
Right.
And you're just like, luckily I've got their whole bad eyesight thing. Like,
you're like, you're not 23 at all.
it's like, and then so one of them was in the kitchen, we were just talking for a bit, and then another one comes. I'm like, what the fuck's going on back there? Like photoshopped as fuck. Like, I'm like, oh man, this is. Like, all those videos on Pornhub make sense now. Like, I get it now. I get it.
Oh, the stepmom and shit. I still don't fucking get
Stepdaughter.
it. Nah.
Well, let's say me and this chick we fell in love and got married, right? Like, they would be my stepdaughters, and I get it now. I get it now. I fucking get it now. Like, subscribe to those channels.
Yeah. Anyway, so the point I was getting to eventually,
Yeah.
and that is my fault because I go on tangents.
Yeah.
Is that so my older sister, she came to the funeral.
Yeah.
Despite having so little connection. Yeah, but it made a beeline for me and Tracy because like that. Yeah, where the few people she knows.
Sure.
And so. Yeah, so we hung out for the whole time basically, and it was a guilty pleasure to have her who knew even less people in the hall than I did, so that I wasn't like the full like focus of everybody. Like, oh my god, wow, who are you? Wow, you're Tony's son. Yeah. Like because they've got like a more exotic. It's like wow, we've only heard rumors about you.
You were made different.
Yeah, you didn't make it to the photo reel.
Yeah. Oh.
But
Hey, you guys.
yeah, tremendous having her there for support as well.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, like, how old are you? Like, 30?
I'm 39.
Like, to find out that you got an older sister.
So I found out when I was 17.
Oh, yeah.
She found out a few years ago.
Wow.
Because when I was starting out in comedy, I was doing RockQuest.
Yeah.
And Fern put a post up like, hey, go support my brother. He's doing comedy. And Wendy, my older sister, she responds, really? And she's like, yeah, he's doing comedy now. And he's like, no, wait, I have a brother?
Because at first that really comedy seems cunty, eh?
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, he's going to do comedy? No, like, really? I've got a brother? That's insane, bro.
Yeah, because from my perspective, like, I'd just been told, like, oh, yeah, she was adopted out. She went and moved to England, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was the last I knew. But since then, she'd, made a life in Auckland and connected with my sisters and her parents and to varying degrees. Didn't have much, but at least met them. And then, so
I still stand by. We need to get Morgan back to do a whole show on Morgan's family.
That's true.
I just think it'd be so fucking interesting.
I've got two stepsisters. I probably never, like, they've still got Dad's last name the last time I checked.
Oh, really?
Dad's first, yeah.
What?
I only found this out, like, lately.
Wow.
Fuck. I didn't know that about your daddy.
So before he came over to New Zealand, like,
I didn't know that about your daddy.
You said daddy.
I need to know everything about his father.
You say, hold on, you never told me that about your dad.
No, let's not gloss over the fact you said daddy.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No.
I thought you said daddy.
No.
Oh, that was the weird part. We're not going to talk about that. Like,
no, we're not.
It didn't happen. Sorry, my bad.
Hearing what you want to hear.
Yeah.
No, but he was married with 2 kids beforehand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, got divorced, like moved to New Zealand. But I've got 2 like half sisters out there.
Wow.
And
And last time I checked, they still had dads like married, like say the same name as me.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
do you ever think about trying to find them, reach out?
yeah.
Oh, it might be cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, speaking from experience,
Is
it
there a
could be pretty
difference
cool.
between
Yeah,
stepsister
there you go.
and
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. There is 100% a difference. You come way harder with your half.
got the same last name as you, dog? Like,
Yeah, that's what does it.
say your full name. Say my name, the full name.
The step would be if your mum remarried to someone who's already got kids.
Yeah. Gross. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think you should. I think we should fucking find them.
It can't be very hard to find people with the last name Wescombe. There's got to be like only 10 of us.
I don't know. You just don't know.
Just don't know. Yeah.
But if you know like where they're from, do you know what I mean? Like the area and shit.
This is where we need like females because they're good at investigating shit online. They just know.
No, you just Google them, bro.
Yeah, check them out on Price Buy. Yeah, we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The hardest one to find will be who I lost my virginity to. That 17-year-old
Canadian.
That'll be hard to find.
That would be hard to find. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to go by.
Just put it out
Basically, it's like, were you in Disneyland at this time?
Yeah.
That only narrows it down to a couple thousand people.
Dear
Late
Canada,
in January 2001.
Dear Canada, can you search your records?
Yeah. What was that? That was 2000 and fucking, what year was that? 2001. And what do we announce it? So 23 years or so. Oh, so she'll be 40 now.
So still bangable.
Still bangable.
Yeah, go rekindle that, yeah.
Oh, wash my back with a rag on a stick. Who else would you want to like? Is there people from like your past that you'd want to like meet for like say
yeah, 100%.
get an hour like
lunch, there's a bunch of people.
Yeah. Like who? Like
a girlfriend I used to have in Dunedin, just because like we got along so well, not to fuck or anything like that, just to be like, I'd love to know what she's doing with her life and shit. But she was even then like staunchly against social media, so I know she won't be on it. So fucking tracking her down will be pretty hard, and I've tried.
Every now and then you're just like, oh, you know,
I do. I just
give her the
like,
old search. What are they up to?
Would you want that interaction you had with Shane Douglas at the airport? Would you want that over again?
Totally.
Yeah,
I would totally.
I reckon there was a window there for you to be his like personal. Like, what did he wanted something, right?
He just wanted painkillers.
Yeah,
just like Panadol and shit.
Yeah,
or ibuprofen or something.
Yeah, a little back and forth there. Like, I'll take you.
Oh yeah, I was like, "Oh, I got a car." He's just like, "No." I did have to tell him though, like, I didn't. I think my friend Jordan said, "Oh," because we're like, "Oh, we can take you to a place," and he's like, "No, I just need a drugstore." Blah blah. And then my friend Jordan goes, "When you get to wherever you're going, don't ask for a drugstore." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We call them pharmacies. Ask for a pharmacy." And he's like, "Oh," it's like drugstores are something way different here. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Didn't you like get to meet CM Punk briefly after a radio interview?
CM Punk and Ken Kennedy.
Hey.
Yeah. So they were on the Rock.
That would have been the 2008 show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Did you hear them live on air and like just like
no.
Line to the
so my friend Jordan knew people at the radio station and they told him that they were going to be there. And so he was like, "Well, could you get us in to meet them?" And they're like, "No, but we'll tell you when they'll be here, so you can be outside." And we're like, "Fuck yeah!"
It sounds like privy knowledge. So it sounds like no one was there except you guys.
Yeah, there was no one there.
Fuck, that's cool.
So I don't know if you've ever been to the Rock Studio, but like, you go into this courtyard, and in the courtyard they have like an elevator, and that goes up to the studio. And there's heaps of studios up there. It's like because they're all owned by the same fucking media people.
Conglomerate, yeah.
Yeah. So we waited. Anyone can get into the courtyard, but you can't get up the elevator. So we waited in the courtyard, right? And so the doors open, and out walks like those two and a handler. You know, like they always go with a handler.
Yeah.
Like a WWE producer.
Yeah.
Whoever. And so they saw us, and they saw our eyes lit up. Oh my god!
We were wearing wrestling t-shirts.
I can't remember.
Surely you were wearing a wrestling t-shirt.
No, I don't think we were. Oh, maybe. Oh, look, I can't remember.
I guess you're rocking that Austin 316.
So I think Jordan was. I don't think I was. Anyway, so they were like, "Hey guys," we're like, "Hey," they're like, "Do you guys want a picture?" And we're like, "Yeah." So I had my camera and I gave it to the handler, and he did the photo for us.
Oh,
and this is back when CM Punk still had his long hair and shit like that.
I'd love to see that photo. That'd be cool.
Fuck, I have no idea where it is, eh? Maybe Jordan's got it. I have to ask him.
I'd want to go back to my lunch with Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That was just like, it was, I don't know, it just happened so quickly, and I was just so starstruck.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it was, I'm sitting like, I was just with Randy Orton. Like,
the other one I wish I could go back to was...
but there was no photo, no, you weren't allowed to take, I had to give my phone to like, I guess one of those handlers, because they shut that little place down. It was that sushi place across from BK on Courtney Place. Yeah. And I didn't get like it's ingrained in my memory, but it would be cool. It would have been cool to get a photo. Yeah. You know, like, did you get a photo of Shane Douglas?
Yeah, we got a photo with all those guys.
Fuck yeah.
Jerry Lynn.
And
Jerry Lynn was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his demeanor like?
He fucking cool.
Chill.
He was real chill. He was like, "Hey," we're like, "Hey man, sorry, can we get a photo?" He's like, "Fuck yeah." And he had his glasses on and his hair tied up in a ponytail.
Yeah.
And he's like, hold on. Took his glasses off, fucking undid his hair, shook his hair up and made it a big fucking mess. And then he's like, he was all smiles the whole time. And then he's like, okay, and we go take the photo, and he's like, and did like the staunch rock and roll face, staunch
Went into character for 2 seconds.
Fuck yeah! And then he was like, "Cool, thanks, guys." But he's like, "You coming to the show?" We're like, "Yeah."
Alrighty.
Put his stuff. Did his hair ponytail, and we exchanged money at the bank.
Has there ever been times in your life where either you've been legitimately starstruck?
I've been CM Punk.
Yeah.
When I meet,
we just like, fuck.
Because like
CM Punk.
He was the only dude on the indies I followed.
Yeah.
Like religiously.
Right? Yeah, he was the indie guy.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Indie.
Yeah.
He was huge at the time.
Yeah.
And then when he signed to the WWE, everyone was like, he's going to be the next champ. And he wasn't for a long time.
Yeah, and then he was briefly, and then they took it off him on a backstage segment.
Yeah.
Or when he was ECW champion, that god-awful fucking silver belts.
I thought he was before the silver belt.
I hope so.
Wasn't it Mike Henry that had the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the one with barbed wire and shit. It was like really different. Yeah, anyway.
I've been watching this Vice documentary, Who Killed WCW? And it comes out like, the last episode.
My money's on La Parka.
Not the chairman.
They go through all this Russo and Bischoff and the Turner executives, one of whom's dead now, and all this stuff. And then right at the end of episode 4, La Parka walks in with his little skeleton dance. And he's like, it was me. And he doesn't even unmask. It's not anyone else under there. It's not like Vince Miller, it was me all along. No, it's just La Parka.
Norman Smiley was the other dude that used to do that little dance.
Norman Smiley was the man.
Yeah, he's great.
And then there was Disco, there was Alex Wright.
That was the one thing about WCW is that fucking undercard was fire.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And there were matches where there were dudes who were like, it was like Norman Smiley versus Fit Finlay, and you're like, this is going to be this is going to be a 5-star
it's like, this is going to be a match.
Yeah, I'm not fast forwarding this.
Blatant fucking, that mullet that he had, the crew cut with the mullet.
Yeah.
Finlay.
Yeah, with the shamrock tights.
He was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was matches like that where you're like, or like Benoit versus Jericho, and you're like, this is going to be...
Yeah,
I don't recall
Malenko versus Ray,
I don't recall a Finlay versus Regal.
What's that?
I don't recall
sure
like a
they probably
Finlay versus
was.
Regal on Nitro.
I don't know about Nitro, but they had an incredible match,
Amazing.
that was thrown together on a pay-per-view. Like, it was one of those ones where everyone had elevated enzymes, and so they couldn't compete. So they threw Regal versus Finlay, and they spent, I think, 5 minutes in a collar and elbow tie-up, and they'd roll out of the ring still in the hold in, just the most technical fucking match you've ever seen. It was great.
It was kind of like when with Malenko and Guerrero, I think it was, or Benoit, like getting over in ECW by just wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And that standing O they got when everyone found out they were going to...
Wasn't it Eddie and Dean Malenko?
It was Dean Malenko and...
I don't think it was Chris Benoit. Oh, was it?
I mean, they were all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
They had that one last match, eh? And it was like just absolutely insane.
yeah.
Banger after banger after banger, that cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Dean Malenko.
Yeah, it always confuses
I'm
me.
going home, see Clope.
Yeah, when they were like, they couldn't put Goldberg in the main event matches even when he was champion because he was shit. It's like, but did you see the rest of the fucking main event matches?
Oh,
It's Hogan versus Piper, and they're just doing eye rakes for 10 minutes.
What about Warrior's Return?
Oh, God, in the mirror.
Oh, my God.
Everyone could see him except for Bischoff.
I still remember that promo he did on that first Nitro. It went for like 50 minutes.
Oh, God.
Because I remember, the ads would come on for the third time, and I remember pausing the recording and then being like, 51 minutes?
But how bad did you want that one Warrior Nation jacket, though? That he wore?
About as bad as Triple H's half leather, half denim.
Yeah. Before we were recording, I was telling Morgan about, I've been watching this Wrestling Bios.
Yeah.
And they recall the history of WCW versus WWE. Fucking, I forgot this. I completely forgot how, Mongo McMichaels
was in the Four Horsemen.
And had
Steve Mongo McMichaels.
9 to 12 matches in a row with fucking Jeff Jarrett. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it sounds
this
about
feud. And in the end, they weren't feuding over anything. They just kept fucking booking them to be like, this is the one. This is the final one. And then the next week's like, and this week, Bongo versus, and you're like, oh.
Well, it's a bit like Ziggler versus Kofi in 09. Like,
oh, yeah.
They just kept having matches because
When
they
you
had
see
nothing else to
Mongo
do.
with Deborah back, they were punching.
Oh, yeah.
Deborah was
But that
Deborah.
was 'cause
That was
he
when
was-
Deborah was Deborah.
He was a Chicago Bear.
Yeah, he was an NFL
He also
player. That's
was
why.
horridly fucking. He wasn't handsome.
Yeah, but he was just shit ass in the ring.
I think Gorgeous Macho Man came out with Gorgeous George one time. I'm like, game set match for me.
Yeah.
Okay, that was game over. And then the WCW magazine had like him and her on like a big massive poster. Was on the back of my door.
Yeah.
It's funny. We've been.
I made it stick to the back of the door.
I've been rewatching all the Spider-Man movies because.
Oh, yeah, you said you were gonna do
because Tracy never saw them, never had any interest. She was always like, why are there so many Spider-Man? And then she was watching me play one of the PS5 games.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, actually, this is really cool. Like, are the movies like this? I was like, yeah, to varying degrees.
Some of them.
Yeah, and then, so in the first one, it obviously he has the wrestling match in the cage against Bonesaw McGraw, played by Macho Man.
That's right.
And
What was his name? Bonesaw McGraw.
yeah,
McGraw, yeah.
And Tracy, because she's been kind of getting into wrestling as well lately, and we watch a lot of DJ Cummerbund music videos. He's a great mashup artist on YouTube who has a fondness for the Macho Man.
Yeah.
So in that scene, she's like, "Oh, is that wrestler? Is that like a guy?" I was like, "Yeah, that's Macho Man." And she's like, "No," because it was 2002 Macho Man, not the 80s Macho Man that she'd seen so many clips of.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yep, that's how he looked."
Oh, I remember when he put out that rap album.
Of course.
Oh, let's not talk about that. That might cost you a place on the Mount Rushmore. That rap album.
Oh, that was something. I mean, who's thought that was a good idea? Like, who's like, hey, Much, you know what you should do? You know what's real hot right now? White people rapping.
Yeah, well, Cena's album went like multi-platinum.
Don't get set on that shit. Could you imagine if Cena didn't go to movies and just tried to get back to rap?
Yeah,
Awesome for the wrong
Fucking
reason.
hell. It would not be good.
He could start a beef with someone.
that would be funny to see like the Cena diss track on fucking whoever. Who would he have a beef with?
Yo, Drake, you're overrated piece of shit.
He should do a diss track on Drake now.
Yeah.
Try and just beat a dead horse.
Yeah. Or just try and make a few. Just be like, yo, Vanilla Ice.
You think you know what's up? I dressed like you for Halloween and then I made an entire career out of it.
I got you on my scope, Snoop. Fucking Snoop and Loop.
Well, he at least knows Snoop.
Nah, the worst would be like these rap battle disses, but it was two rock bands.
Well, I mean, Lynyrd Skynyrd and Neil Young, right?
Yeah, they had a big thing.
Yeah, Southern Man versus
Has there
Sweet
been
Home
any recent
Alabama.
memory?
Not recent memory.
How do you do a how do you throw beef as a rock band?
Yeah, I don't know.
Robbie Williams did that not distract, but that Shade song. No Regrets,
of
about
course.
Take That.
Yeah, no regret. Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
That was about the whitest distract. No regrets.
Like imagine like Nickelback.
Yeah, like the smoothness of the chorus.
They
I like
don't
it.
work.
Let's say like Nickelback was throwing shade at someone like Chad Kroger.
Stained. Because they were both big at the same time.
It's just a race to the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love some Nickelback and some Stain tracks, but by and large, they are not the people who should be starting to say some shit.
Yeah.
Who's saying Butterfly Crazy Town?
Oh, yeah. Some white guy.
Such a sexy.
You're a butterfly, sugar, honey. Oh, God, that song was everywhere. I couldn't stand it. then.
Who's saying
Can't stand it
Polyester
now.
Girl?
Fuck, I don't even know.
Oh, fuck, I haven't thought of that song for a long time.
My polyester girl, so shiny. Do you know who sang that, motherfucker?
No idea. I'm not about to Google it because it'll be in my
No.
algorithm. And I don't want it in my algorithm.
You know, they had a whole gangload of songs on that album,
you
not just
you
that one.
heard what I was listening to when you walked in. It was not fucking Polyester Girl, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah. A few episodes ago, you did that, guess the top 10.
Oh, yeah, you fucking nailed that.
I did pretty good on the 95 and 96. I know a thing or two from this time.
Yeah, man. You fucking
Oh, no, it was 96,
smashed it.
97, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we pop quiz you right now?
I haven't got the list on
No. I had a year in mind.
Yeah, so there's Candle in the Wind was the absolute, because it was the fastest selling single of all time.
of all time.
And
Yeah.
it seems to me...
Spice Girls, Alanis Morissette, Oasis.
I keep going fucking Gibb Brothers when I sing that.
I'm blanking on the artist now, but Spaceman, that was on the Levi's ad.
You spaceman.
I always wanted you to go. And yeah.
All my guesses were that was 20-something and
Yeah, and it was weird because a few of them, which I had in mind, they kind of lagged a little. Like, What's the Story, Morning Glory was released in 1995, but Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger and Champagne Supernova all released as singles in 96, or at least that's when they got their peak radio play.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
You got a list?
No, I got a different one for you.
Ooh, all right.
I got a different list for you. Okay, so what I want you to do is pick a year between 2000 and... No, let's go back more. Okay, we're going to do it between... You have to pick a year, Morgan, between 95 and 2001. But I'm not going to tell you what it's for yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go 99.
Okay, let me
That's
just...
what I was going to tell you.
Just go to
I was
99.
going to send you
Okay.
99. I was like, give him the top 10 99.
Can you name 5 WCW World Champions who held the title in 1999?
Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner.
That's an easy one.
Hold on. Kevin Nash, tick. Steiner. Hold on, let me just look for
99 shit.
99 Steiner. No,
Really?
no Steiner.
Not until 2000. Okay. Yeah, I've got to realign my timeline. When did Russo come in? It was kind of late 99, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because then you get into the Booker T's and the Jeff Jarrett's.
Yeah, that was late 99, yeah. Early
Yeah.
2000s, late 99.
Yeah. Goldberg already wasn't champion. I don't think he ever regained it. Hogan.
Hogan started the year as champion.
Yeah, he won the championship on January 4th.
Yep,
That
correct.
was the finger poke of doom.
Yep, Atlanta, Georgia, yep.
All right, so I got Nash and Hogan. God, I'm trying to think who else they bandied that about with in 99. Ooh. No, you might have kind of stumped me. I mean, I'm just going to throw out some names.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, this shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, it's like...
Think of creative control.
Yeah, yeah. Scott Hall never won it. Hogan and the Nash. Sting might have been on there.
Yep, Sting won it.
Oh, DDP.
Yep, DDP won it.
So I got one to go. And God,
In fact, DDP won it quite a bit.
yeah. God, that's wild that Steiner never did. I mean, not in that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Booker T or Jeff Jarrett on there, or is it no? That's later on.
Yeah, that comes in the 2000s.
Yeah, Flair.
Yeah, Flair.
Yeah.
That'll do. I think you fucking nailed that.
Yeah,
So I'll go through the list just very quickly. So I'm not going to do dates. I'll just do
yeah.
the order of proceedings. So Hogan won it January 4th.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, Diamond Dallas Page, Sting, Diamond Dallas Page, Kevin Nash, Randy Savage, Hollywood Hogan the next day.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Creative control, brother. Sting, then it was vacated, then it was Bret Hart, then it was vacated, then it was Bret Hart again. and then it was vacated on January the 16th, 2000.
Yeah.
And then it was Chris Benoit. for a
Yeah,
day.
I was going to say, the Benoit's around then for the day just before he left.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, we'll give you the belt. He's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. Sid won it just after that.
Oh, yeah.
That was his reign.
Yeah, the Millennium Man.
Yeah. He won it a few times.
Yep.
And then it started falling to shit, and it was like Jeff Jarrett, Diamond Dallas Page, and David Arquette.
Fuck you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett sucks. He's ass.
Yeah,
dude.
so
He
I
is
said 99,
terrible.
hoping the question was going to be about movies.
Oh, okay. Like, biggest box office movies
Yeah.
in 99. We should do... I tell you what we should do. We should do a different podcast.
Sure. Just like lists and shit.
Fuck yes! Like, we do a series of, like, every episode is a different year,
Yeah.
and you don't do the years in order.
How do we find this list? Do you still have it somewhere?
Of what? The music one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
somewhere.
there's just a link somewhere.
I'll have it bookmarked. Oh, I've got it in our chat.
Yeah.
It's in our chat.
I
So.
was
Yeah,
thinking about
sure.
like 2003 for whatever reason.
What, WCW?
Nah.
Long gone, tumbleweeds.
Oh, fuck.
Uh,
Mayor R.I.P. No, like the top
Steiner
10,
and Goldberg were
top
debuting
10
in WWE.
top 10 singles for 2003. No, 2004. You know, something around there. And I was looking back, I'm like, man, I don't even know. I could fuck.
Yeah, it's like I know what I was listening to, but I don't know that it was the chart top and
yeah,
stuff.
that's it, eh?
'Cause of that-
2004.
yeah.
I'd say Mr. Brightside came out 04.
That song was pretty big, yeah.
I'd say that'll be up there.
Oh, sorry. I'll throw out one last question.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the last WCW champion before the belt was unified?
What,
That
so,
was you.
The Rock.
No.
No?
No.
Did he not go into Vengeance in that mini tournament?
With the 4-person tournament.
Yeah, like he beat Kurt Angle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but then who won the whole thing?
Well, I mean, Jericho won the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that's the answer then.
So it wasn't unified in that match, then, you're saying?
No.
Okay. Then, yeah.
Then the next day it became the undisputed champion.
Right.
But I guess you could argue The Rock was correct.
Yeah. He was the last guy called WCW champion.
Yeah, the last guy with a reign.
Yeah.
34 days.
What was the last like memorable wrestling related thing you saw on YouTube?
YouTube.
Or like, you know, Daily Motion or whatever?
Like old thing or new thing?
Could be any like
What did I see today that caught my eye? It had Randy Orton, that's all I remember. Because whenever I see Randy Orton... Oh, okay. It was Randy Orton at home and his kids were singing Happy Birthday to him.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's
oh,
adorable.
That's very
that's
nice.
really sweet. And his dad was there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
there's
Cowboy Bob.
fucking Bob's there.
Yeah.
I saw Randy on like one just recently. It was him and CM Punk narrating the WrestleMania match.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
That was a goodie because that was when they hated each other. And now
Yeah,
they're-
well, because remember when it was like, you know, you always had, you know, the championship matches as a given, but Undertaker always had to have a match because they
Yeah.
were making a big deal about the streak. And if Triple H wasn't in a championship match, he had to have a showcase match.
Yeah.
And same with Orton.
Yeah.
And they would throw him against random fucking guys for no reason, like CM Punk and Kane and Seth Rollins, and they would always be the Randy Orton match. They would never talk about it, but it was always there, and it was always like, why has he got a singles match here? He hasn't done much lately.
Punk
Yeah.
was like sort of saying like that's when he felt like he made it. Like I'm in a WrestleMania match with Randy fucking Orton,
Right?
and that's that was cool to watch.
Yeah.
And the alternative commentary for the classic fucking Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, King of the Ring.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
the alternative commentary is, bro, you gotta watch it. Like what they were saying to each other about, like, you know.
Yeah.
And Vince was right there screaming like for them to stop, and Mike Chioda was like, "What do you want me to do?" And, like,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like the window didn't break again, and just all the little inside things that like so that angle slam at the end off that plywood.
Yeah. Oh my
Like
God.
Mike Chioda is like
Yeah. Clinging on for dear
cling-
life.
Yeah, like he goes like if he wasn't holding it, it would have been like
Yep.
That was rough.
So that's that
Yeah.
alternative commentary of that. I watched that. It just popped up this morning. What a watch!
Yeah.
I recommend that for sure.
Yeah.
It's fucking gold. It is fucking good.
Should we wrap this up, guys?
Oh, I suppose so.
Getting
I
a
want to
bit
say
late.
like
Yeah.
thanks for having
Yeah, it's probably a
us.
two-parter at this
Yes.
stage.
And
Nah.
it's good to see you, Morgs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
good to
Do
be
this
here.
more often. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm hoping I could like start committing to more things in the future. Like it's still bumpy ride, but like it's getting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like it's I always say like on Thursday night, the open mic night, it's just like I've won if I just make it.
Yeah.
If I can just make it there, then it's already like I've already
it's a
won.
big victory already.
Yeah. So then, but now it's like, oh, I'm here now. I might as well fucking. I gotta run some material by you guys.
Yeah.
But like.
Yeah, because for the last few, I've been like, hey man, if you're feeling it, we've got room on this lineup. I'll make some space for you.
Because like one of my mates, Jean, she came to one of the open mics and she was like, why don't? Because that's after you came to ask me if I want to jump.
Yeah.
And then when you walked off, she was like, why don't you just jump up? Like, I know you're dying to.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to explain it to her, so literally I just gave her my pulse.
Yeah.
And then she was like, her eyes were so white. She was like, what?
Yeah.
That's your resting heart. So I'm like, yeah, so imagine if you go in front of people, that's going to be like through the roof. And all of a sudden you got to deal with all that shit. And then instead of thinking of anything like to say, it'll be, how do I get out of here before I don't want to collapse in front of everyone.
Yeah.
So I was waiting until I was in this optimal like level of health. But then I've had some like, I don't know, some test results that didn't go my way and some hard truths over the last couple of weeks. And I just sort of realized like, nah, I think this is as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
So if this is as good as it's going to get, then let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Because Matthew Willie, God bless him, like on Thursday when he was hugging me for ages, he was like, so what's been going on? How are you? I'm like, oh, I'm good now. Like, he's like, no, he's like,
really? We do not have the time.
We like really like what is like you can, what's actually happening? What is actually wrong?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no. One thing I've learnt there, sir, is a white lie is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's been my saving grace lately.
Yeah.
It's for the greater good.
It's not, also sometimes I also understand, like, totally, because we've talked about this. It's not that you don't want to tell people. Sometimes you just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I've talked about this enough. Sometimes you just want to go, listen to the fucking podcast, cunt. Not to Matthew Willie.
No.
But there's Mum, Kiana, and my brother. I've noticed the huge shift in just how warm the home is. Everyone's happy. There's like less stress.
Yeah.
Because everything's good with Dad. Like they've heard enough. How much more do they need to hear? So I just keep it, to myself. And I said that to Matthew Willie. You don't need to hear everything. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Isn't that all that matters? I'm here.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I don't want to make you cry, motherfucker. Because he's such a soft-spoken man, and I'm saying to his face, motherfucker. And he just laughed and gave me a big hug again. It was cool. It's hard to, I don't know, it's hard to feel like a worthless piece of shit when you got so much love around you. Like, that's one thing I miss, like, and just the yarns afterwards.
Absolutely.
Like, speaking of, sorry, just quickly, can I give a real big shout out to Tyron? I know we do most episodes, but like, he fucking sent me something today that was so fucking spot on and exactly how I feel. So thanks, mate. That's all I wanted to say.
I'm pretty it's common knowledge now. So I'm gonna throw
he's
some
got
flowers,
his debut coming up.
Throw some flowers
Yeah.
Tyron's
The
way.
Paw Patrol.
I think it's been 4 years since he started training. Correct me if I'm wrong, time 4
years on and off.
And he's got his debut coming up next month. He's involved, I think, a tag gauntlet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a dark match kind of setup where he doesn't have his own like theme music or anything, but he's got this little, My thing was like, what are you going to be wearing? Like, easy with comedy. You could dress in a suit. You can dress in whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, as long as you look tidy.
You know what I mean? Like, but in wrestling, you gotta.
Yeah, gotta put on a show.
And then it's like, if you're gonna go like skimpy trunks, we've got to cross that that body hair removal conversation.
I reckon he's got to like center it up with some jean shorts.
Jean
I
shorts.
reckon that'll suit him really
Crew
well.
cut socks.
Why don't I go full road dog? Just baggy pants, baggy sleeveless shirt.
Take the parachute pants. And then come out like pimpin' easy man.
No, I want him to come out Homer Simpson style. Why can't we be friends? That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Tyron. Fucking shot for sticking to it.
Yeah, good on him.
Talk about that show that you were talking about earlier, like people that have come and gone in the Comedy Hub.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought of him as we were talking about that as well.
Oh, because we're on the same graduation show, like that Par Baked. And as soon as we met, he was wearing a Warriors jersey. I'm like,
yeah.
And he was like, do you have a full 7 minutes? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I've been doing this most of this year and I've only got 3. I'm like, you've only got 3? Yeah, it's mainly on abortion. I'm like, you're only 3 minutes on abortion? Am I after you or before you? Yeah, I'm before you. Sweet. You've only got 3 minutes of, everyone's expecting 7, and 2 of the 3 minutes is about abortion. I'm like, wow. I wonder where things went wrong for you. I love you.
Yeah, love that guy.
Yeah. And on that note, fucking call it because I'm hungry.
Yep.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
likewise.
fuck, this might be a 2-parter. All right.
Nah, fuck the 2-parter, 1-parter.
It's fucking almost 2 hours.
Who gives a flying fuck? Like, you know, they don't need to hear all this shit.
If you listen to this, just listen to it.
You're still
too.
recording? Oh, I was about
Yeah.
to go ham on abortion
Maybe
stuff.
at the start I'll be like, listen, this is a 1 part of it. Listen to it in 2 goes.
Yeah.
Just fuck things.
Yeah, you do the whack.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate editing.
Yeah, fucking bullshit. Who gives a fuck? They're not even fucking listening anymore anyway.
No,
So
they fell asleep a long
all of
time
them.
ago.
fuck, you know.
See you all
The amount of people
later.
that listen to the shit but don't subscribe, fuck you.
Just gonna turn them down.
Like,
Just gonna slowly mute them.
like what we're going to do, smash the subscribe button. I'm going to be one of those douchebags, but yes.
Yeah.
People that listen every week but haven't even subscribed yet.
Yeah, like that's more effort.
You know, like,
It's 1 button.
the amount
No,
of
I'm
night-
saying like to listen every week and not subscribe. That's
That's more
effort.
100% more effort. Yeah,
bullshit.
you hit that auto download button.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
track.
absolutely.
Well,
You wake up and it's in your inbox. Sort
You
of
don't
thing.
wanna
Yeah,
show
it's
some
like a
love?
U2 album in 2014.
That's right.
I love that shit.
We should have like Patreon only footage and like material that you got to pay for.
Of what?
I don't know
We
if you
can barely scrape an episode together as it is.
that black double ender you were talking about. There's some things we can
Don't jump, everyone.
check
don't jump.
check the dimensions
Yeah,
before
just
you buy.
don't even
check
jump.
the dimensions before you buy.
Yeah,
That's
don't.
like checking the depth of the river before you jump.
Yeah.
Same thing. Big
But
black
don't jump.
dong of a river. That is.
Yeah.
Big black dong of a river.
Yeah, if you can't sleep, come over. I'll knock you out with it because it's really fucking heavy too.
Big BC.
All right, bye.
Big bad black. That's 3 Bs.